Hi guys, Mrs. Mills here from your Straub family. We miss you, we love you, and we can't wait to see you again. This week I'm starting a series of videos called Instrument Show and Tell. So every week you're gonna meet all kinds of people who play all kinds of different instruments, and they're gonna tell you about the instruments that they play. Now the thing about instruments is that they have different instrument families, just like you have a family and I have a family. There are 4 instrument families, and they're called the string family, the woodwind family, the brass family, and the percussion family. So we'll talk about which instrument family we're looking at that week and why an instrument would belong to that family. This week we're going to start talking about the strings family. And if an instrument belongs to the strings family, it means that it has strings. So if an instrument has any strings, it's a part of the strings family. So here we go. We're going to meet our very first person. Okay, we're here with Caleb, who's going to be talking to us today about the string instrument that he plays. Hi, Caleb.
Hi.
So what string instrument do you play?
This is a guitar.
Yeah, and you guys are probably, a lot of you have seen guitars before. Caleb, what type of guitar is this?
So this is an acoustic guitar. They actually call it an acoustic electric guitar because right here I can plug a cord into this and it can be played and heard through speakers as well as just out of the instrument itself.
Gotcha. What other kind of guitars might we know?
There's also electric guitars that you might see a lot of people playing on big stages. There's also bass guitars, which only have 4 strings and they play really low notes.
Gotcha. So how many strings does your guitar have?
This guitar has 6 strings. They also make 7 string, 8 string, 12 string. They make all kinds of different strings, but this is just a 6 string guitar.
Wow. Do your strings have names?
Yeah. So right here, the very bottom string is an E string, and then the next string is an A string. The next string after that is a D string, then a G string, then a B string, and then you go back to an E string. It's just a really high version of the first string that we played.
Gotcha. So it sounds like they're getting higher, a higher sound as you go through, right? Yep. Yeah. So how do you, and you just kind of showed us, but can you explain how you make a sound on your instrument?
Sure. So on the guitar, you can play a lot of different ways, but you can pick a string, whether it's with your finger or with something that we call a pick. And you can just take your finger or your pick and you can strike the string or pluck the string like that, or you can do what they call as strumming, and that's where you just rake your fingers or your pick across the strings like this, and that's called a strum.
Awesome. Really pretty sound. What are some of the different parts? Because I see a lot of things. I see these and this part and this hole right here. What do all those things do?
Sure. So this is the body of the guitar, this part right here. This part that I'm holding onto with my left hand is the neck. And then you've got these spaces right here that are separated by these metal frets. Those are called frets. These right here that the strings are wrapped around, these are called tuning pegs. And you wrap your string around it. And if I play the string and adjust the tuning peg up, it'll get sharp. And if I adjust the tuning peg down, it'll go flat. And that's how we change our tuning. And then right here you can see the bridge, and this is what holds the strings in place on the guitar while you play it.
Gotcha. Awesome. How do you make different pitches? Because we talk about pitches in class, and how would you make different pitches on a guitar?
Sure. So remember earlier we talked about these frets right here? So on the guitar, I would press my finger on a string on a certain fret, and whatever fret I'm putting my finger on, that's going to make a different note. So remember we called this our E string, this low string. If I were to put my finger on the E string on the 3rd fret right here, see right there, that's going to be a G note. And every single fret you see for every single string has a different note that if you touch that string on that fret, that's what note's going to be played.
Gotcha. I've heard people talk about guitar chords. What are chords and how do you play those on the guitar?
Sure. So a chord is normally going to be a collection of 3 notes that are played together. So you have your 1, your 3, and your 5. So those 3 notes all played together would be a chord. Now sometimes you'll see, like what I played earlier, there's a lot of strings being played all at the same time. That's basically just the same 3 notes played across all 6 strings. just like that.
Gotcha,
And that would
makes
be a
a really
chord.
pretty
That right
sound.
there is a G chord. So earlier we talked about our G note on the 3rd fret on your low E string. If we play this, that's a G chord.
Awesome, makes a really pretty sound. Could you play a little something for us?
Sure. So again, there's multiple ways that you can play guitar and have the strings make different sounds. So the first way is if you, what they call finger picking, and you just pluck the strings with your fingers like this. That was finger picking. And then you can strum like I was talking about earlier. So here's what would it sound like if I were to strum it.
Really pretty sound. That's awesome. Caleb, how long have you been playing the guitar?
I've been playing since I was 12, I think, and I'm 26 now, so 14 years.
Yeah, a really long time. What made you want to play the guitar?
I saw my dad play guitar when I was a young kid at church and at different places, and then my older brother learned how to play guitar, and so naturally I just wanted to learn how to play what they were playing. Absolutely.
And what does music and being able to play the guitar, what does it mean to you in your life?
Well, it's definitely a form of expression for me. It's a way that I'm able to express myself and my feelings. And it's also a great way at church to relate to other people and to bring people together. And that's what I love about music.
That's awesome. What would you say to anyone who thinks that they might like to play the guitar?
I would say get one and just keep playing. Sometimes it can be really tough in the beginning, just like with anything that you might do in life, but anything that's worth doing is worth working for. So if you get a guitar and it might be a little bit tough at the beginning, just keep playing and keep learning, and eventually you'll get it and you'll really enjoy it once you do.
That's awesome. Caleb, thank you for joining us. So we've learned about the guitar. Later this week, we're going to learn about all kinds of different string instruments, and maybe you'll find an instrument that you think that you might want to play, and you can start at absolutely any time. So just get to exploring and asking questions and keep making music in any way that you can, guys, okay? So I'll see you later this week. We're going to have more videos about string instruments and the string family that we're talking about. So can't wait to see you guys really soon from your Straub family. We miss you, we love you, and we can't wait to see you again. Bye, guys.